What on earth is he doing back here after all this time in that house?
My aunt and cousin have moved in, so I'm begrudgingly spending Christmas with them.
What a great house you have.
Oh, thank you. We love it.
I'm Afton.
Hi, Melody.
Well, it seems we have a pretty full house here.
If they're so bad, then why spend Christmas with them?
I don't think I can fully move on until I do this. There is no killer Santa Claus.
We're going to send Chester back to the sanitarium, and we're to share the profits 3 ways.
It would be easier for us to just bump him off.
Maybe I'm going crazy.
Christmas Eve is a very dangerous night. It's the one night of the year that Santa can let himself into your house.
They've got Chester thinking he's crazier than ever.
That's certainly the plan, isn't it?
Sometimes he's not very nice.
We have no witnesses, no body, no evidence of foul play.
Find out about Henry Bates, where he is, and if he's still in the hospital.
So what does the cycle want?
Who knows, maybe to finish up what it started.
Well, maybe we should just give him you.
I should never have come back here.
I can't believe this is happening.
Are we just supposed to wait here? Trust you?
Chester didn't kill anybody, did we?
Details.
I personally haven't seen any goddamn killer Santa Claus! Think about this, please!
Merry Christmas. I hope you'll rot in hell.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Taylor Martin, the director of Silent Bite. I'm here this holiday season to tell you to check out Gruesome Herzog's podcast and interviews. He is out of control, out of this world. Take a listen.
Hi, this is Simon Phillips. Please check out Gruesome Herzog. He's awesome.
In today's movie, we're going to talk about a Christmas horror movie. It's called He Sees You When You're Sleeping in 2024. A 1 hour and 23 minute horror released November 1st. Here's the storyline. Chester returns to his home after witnessing his parents' murders 17 years ago by a killer dressed as Santa. A new Santa killer begins killing his relatives. Chester questions if the killer returned or if a more terrifying truth exists. Directed by Charlie Steeds. Written by David Lennox. Here's the cast. The ever-lovely Caroline Williams as Aunt Marion. David Lennox as Chester Van Buren. Peyton Michelle Edwards as Eden Ward. Cedric Giegel as Burke Riley. Lauren Marie Taylor as Sue Ellen Galveston. Nellie Speckman as Afton. Natalie Veeder as Melody. And Tom Molloy as Deputy Warren Kessler, and the cast goes on. Look, folks, I interviewed Caroline Williams back in 2013. She's been a follower and friend of Gruesome Herzog's podcast for a long time. And I have yet to see her in a movie, a full length of a movie, a major performance in a movie in quite some time. She was fucking outstanding in this film. She plays Aunt Marion, a self-righteous, jealous, evil, conniving bitch. And she done it real well. And what happens in this movie, I thought this is Caroline Williams' best performance since the Chainsaw Massacre in Part 2 back in '86. This showed Caroline Williams at her best. This movie showed what she can do if she's given a shot. And she blew this movie away. David Lennox as Chester Van Buren was fucking phenomenal. Great character, great actor, great storyline as far as he's the writer of the movie. The whole cast was phenomenal. So, let's just get into the movie. 17 years ago, Chester was being told a story from his uncle. His uncle scared the shit out of him. He said, he sees you when you are sleeping. I mean, he made it sound so evil. Very similar to me now, come think of it, like Silent Night, Deadly Night. How the old guy was to the little kid. Not in the same aspect of it, but I got that vibe from it. Well, in the meantime, a killer was escaped from the psychiatric hospital and dressed as a Santa. So Chester witnessed his parents getting killed by the Santa Claus. Wink, wink. I just mentioned the movie. Well, it's more that meets the eye because 17 years later, hell beknownst to me why he would, but he went back to his family home. Aunt Marion, her son, all live in his house with the girlfriends. His girlfriend went with him. His girlfriend acted all concerned about Chester, if this is a good idea to go back to the house. I could talk forever about this film. This film was fucking fantastic. I was pleasantly surprised. Personally, this is my favorite Christmas horror movie of 2024. Absolute brilliance. It's a strong, I would say Silent Bite be right behind it as two of my favorite films of 2024 as far as Christmas horror. There's more that meets the eye. There's a battle. Is the old killer back? Or is it somebody else? I guess you have to wait and see. Phenomenal movie. Great job by David Lennox, Caroline Williams. The whole cast was fucking amazing. That being said, definitely check this out. It's well worth a watch. This is Gruesome Herzog. I give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely enjoyed this film. Now, I'm going to mention a few more things in this movie. Is the Aunt Marion, the supposedly caring Aunt Marion, had other plans for that house. And it completely backfired. That's all I'm going to say. Absolutely brilliant film. When you find out who the killer is, it's absolutely fucking awesome film. This is Gruesome Herzog, and I'm out of here.
Frosty, 12 degrees outside, so keep those chestnuts roasting in the open fire or else you'll get some frostbite in some unexpected places.
What was that? It was like a scream.
Something else.
You go with him.
Run.
Those things, they really are what you say they are.
Hey man, we got big problems.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we need a way out of here. What the hell are we still doing here?
Couldn't agree more. Grab the door. Vampires.
Listen, they want you to run. They're hunting you. Yummy.
We don't know what the hell she is.
Do not lie to me!
In this world, we're the hunters.
Checking in.
This is Kate Sanderson, horror actress based in the UK. Please check out Gruesome Herzog's interviews and reviews. They are awesome.
This is actress Nicola Wright from the UK. Please check out Gruesome Herzog's interviews and reviews. They are awesome.
This is actor Stephanie Lodge from the UK. Please check out Gruesome Herzog's interviews and reviews. They are awesome.
The movie we're going to talk about today is called Silent Bite in 2024. A 1 hour and 30-minute horror released November 12th of 2024. Storyline: a gang of bank robbers take shelter in a motel after a Christmas Eve bank heist. Unbeknownst to them, they are not the most dangerous things seeking refuge on this cold Christmas night. Directed by Taylor Martin, written by Simon Phillips. Here's the cast. Luke Avellino as Blake and Prancer. Nick Biskobek as Grinch. Camille Blott as Jeannie. Louisa Capelet as Lucia. Saya de Gode as Mother. Dan Molson as Rudolph. Simon Phillips as Father Christmas. Chad Ridgely as Radio Jockey's voice. Kelly Schwartz as Victoria. Sienna Starr as Celine. And Michael Swatton as a snowman. And Paul Whitney as Colin. Now, I'm a sucker for Christmas action horror movies, or horror movies, period. This is more like a horror movie, but a little bit of action too in it, which most of them are. Simon Phillips is the writer. Simon Phillips is a great actor as well. And I am not a fan of vampire movies, except for like Lost Boys or maybe Fright Night back in the day. Other than that, I really don't watch vampire movies. But the only reason why I did is because of Simon Phillips. I'm a big fan of his work and what he does. So here we have a bunch of bank robbers, as I mentioned. They go to this motel and to hide out until one of their guys, who is basically making the police chase him around, you know, a getaway guy. And while they seek refuge, and then when he comes back, they'll leave. But what they don't realize is there's a other issue going on, is you have these vampires. It's a mother and their two daughters, her two daughters, and they have a girl that they had kept captive and try and change her as well. Now, the guy who runs the hotel, whatever, has a story of his own. He can see these girls at first on but they couldn't see him on the camera. So is that like it's just a weird thing going on. And these girls have plans of killing these boys. It's girls and boys. That's how it's laid out in this movie. And you have a young guy, a kid in this movie with the bank robbers. He's the brains of the organization. So he's not really part of them. You can tell. But he's just a brains. And he gets somewhat of a crush on this girl that could be turning at any time to a vampire. It's a really cool movie. Again, I'm not a fan of vampires, but this movie was pretty badass. Again, Simon Phillips is an amazing writer. He's an amazing actor. I've seen a bunch of his stuff. He's just damn good. The whole cast was good. Paul Whitney played a character of Colin. He's always a prick. And I can remember him playing the cop in the one movie that I watched. It's called, what was it called? They were all My Friends Are Dead. I think I saw that this year. He did a good job in there as well. I've never seen him before, but I'm starting to see him now. But he's also a fantastic actor too. So you have everything in here. You have the mother, who is like really creepy, and basically it's boys versus girls in this movie. Who's going to win? Obviously, you'll find out. But the getaway guy was in a Santa outfit. It's just a phenomenal movie. It really is. And for Simon Phillips to play Father Christmas, it's awesome. You got that Christmas feel. You got the horror feel. You got the vampire feel. It's a really cool movie. So definitely check it out. Silent Bite in 2024. This is Gruesome Herzog. I give this film an 8.5 out of 10. I'm surprised, but it's phenomenal. Shot very well, well acted, great storyline. It's a really cool movie. You got the snow, you got Christmas, you have everything. That being said, this is Gruesome Herzog, and I'm out of here.
we even going to talk about why we're all here?
So you guys got the invites too? So that's all of us then.
There's only 9 of us here, but there used to be 10.
One of you set this up. Maybe blackmail, huh?
We didn't let her in.
Guys, we did nothing wrong, all right? It's all just some bad luck. Hey, we...
We really should probably leave.
I know what you did.
I didn't mean for this to happen.
You need to get out.
Hello, everyone. Tonight's movie we're going to talk about is called I Know What You Did Last Christmas in 2025. It was released on October 28th, 2025, and you can catch it on Amazon. Here's the storyline. Former friends at a remote Christmas reunion face deadly consequences when a hunter targets them over their shared secret, a holiday prank that killed a woman last year. Directed by Gregory William Randolph Jr., written by C.M. Wright. Here's the cast. Lauren Stark as Cassie, Shaylee Reagan as Amber, Connor Horrigan as Nico, Helen Elizabeth Baird as Jules, Alfie Manzer as Sam, Julia Quayle as Lila, Dan Robbins as Trey, Ashley Bedford as Dax, Katrina Todd as Aaron, and Leona Clark as Millie. Whew. Well, I've been wanting to see this. I saw the trailer a ways back, and I finally got a chance to see it. I love UK horror, and I love Christmas horror. So here's one that there's 2 actresses that I'm familiar with. Lauren Stark, I think that's how the name's pronounced. She was in the Cinderella movie. I thought she was phenomenal in. And Julia Quayle as Lila. Julia, I've got to know from the Leprechaun movie, Nazi Zombies. She has many, many more coming. I think she's a brilliant young actress that I'm impressed with. I'll be doing an interview with her this coming Sunday. Stay tuned for that. So, basically, all these friends were at a Christmas party a year prior. And, let me think here. Millie, Leona Clark, well, she ends up dead. Now, you don't know exactly what happened until later on in the movie. They start explaining what's going on in the movie. And yes, it's on Amazon, but I don't want to give too much away. I love the Christmas atmosphere. I don't know. This goes back to 1984 with Silent Night, Deadly Night, where you have the Christmas and horror put together. I mean, there's many other horror films from the 80s that had the Christmas theme. But this one, it's different. Now, when I say that, there is an Easter Bunny movie from England that comes about the same style, except it's an Easter Bunny killing the people that something happened a year prior. But this is the first Christmas one that I've seen. And the Easter one is called Easter Bunny Massacre. That's in the UK. So if you guys get a chance, check that one out. That was pretty good as well. So they're all invited to this house, beautiful house, for a get-together, right? But the ironically thing is the guest never shows up. Now, I don't know about you. If I'm getting an invitation and it says something weird, I don't know if I'd go. But then again, it's a movie, okay? So they all end up in this house, and then eventually the power goes out. Each one has a story. Some of them are really weird. honestly, I didn't catch on who the bad people were. So bravo to you guys, because I was fooled. I had no idea. Who I thought it might have been was not. It was complete opposite. So eventually, Nico and Sam and let's see here, Dax. Dax was kind of weird in the movie, but he's also dealing with, you know, the death. They all were basically, you know, dealing with the death and not saying nothing and lying to the police. So they all had like a rough life for the last year because he felt guilty, but they knew if they tell the truth, they'd be in trouble. So each one has their own way of handling it. Cassie was the one that it affected the most from what I've seen in the movie. It really screwed up her life, and she broke up with her boyfriend because of it. And then, you know, she had nightmares. You know, it's a really cool movie laid out. I enjoy Christmas movies, like I said before. I'm sounding like a broken record. So basically, one by one, they start getting picked off, okay? Some cool kills. You know, Candy Cane in the back. I'm not going to say too much more than that. And remember, this is a low-budget film, so the special effects ain't going to be no spectacular, you know, it is what it is. It has that 80s throwback feel when it comes to the kills, which I don't mind that. Okay, now I'm talking about early 80s. You know, when budgets were low, you'll see a knife go up, or however. But there was some kill scenes in here that you could see. And then once again, I think it's unique is the writer of this movie. I'm pretty sure some of the ideas came from the 80s. I always reflect this back to this one movie, Happy Birthday to Me. I always think about, you know, the weights, you know, being dropped on them. Like the clown in a cornfield had that scene to where, you know, this didn't have that, but it had the weights. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know exactly if that idea might have came from that movie or however, but it was well done. So, again, there's unique kills, different kills. And it's a struggle whole way to the very end. And then you find out who the two killers were. Now, I kind of gave it away by saying two, but I'm not going to say who they are. But, yeah, fascinating film, fun film, entertaining. You know, hey, you can't beat Christmas horror, no matter what the budget is. It's just a fun watch. So, that being said, again, it's on Amazon. You can watch it there, or just look for it. It'll start popping up soon everywhere. But in the meantime, check out the review and have fun. This film an 8 out of 10. Once again, I love the Christmas atmosphere of it. And Christmas is around the corner. Of course, not quite Thanksgiving yet, but it will be this week. But, you know, you can't beat Christmas in horror. That being said, enjoy yourselves. Subscribe. Be a member. Go for it. I'm out of here. Merry Christmas, everyone. I got a treat for you. It's called Red Christmas in 2016. A mother must protect her family on Christmas Day from a demented stranger who is hell-bent on tearing them apart. Directed by Craig Anderson. Written by Craig Anderson. Here's the cast. Dee Wallace as Diane. Jeff Morrell as Joe. David Collins as Peter. Sarah Bishop as Susie. Janice McGavin as Ginny. And Gerard O'Dwyer as Jerry. And Sam Shepard as the killer Cletus. Alright, folks. You know how I am with Christmas horror movies. There's some really cool ones. Mostly in the 80s. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Black Christmas, and so forth. Here's one from 2016, as I mentioned. Stars a legendary Dee Wallace. I met Dee quite a few times, a great lady. She plays a mother, Diane. She's happy that all her kids and their husbands are celebrating Christmas together for one last time. You have Gerard O'Dwyer as Jerry. Now, Jerry has Down syndrome. The reason why I mention that is it's a key to this movie. There's a maniac, Cletus, who is hell-bent, as I said, on killing him. But there's a reason why Cletus is trying to murder everyone in his family. It's the first film that I've seen what they used as a killer was new, top-notch, interesting. I really, really dug this film. So basically what happens is the mom, Diane, is trying to protect her family from this lunatic. Then this story comes out. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to ruin it, but Red Christmas is a fantastic film for the simple fact you have a new killer. And if you find out what it is or what happened or what he has, fucking cool as shit. So there you go. Dee Wallace, Diane, her children, the kids' Uncle Joe. We're supposed to have this nice, peaceful, great Christmas day. Turns out to be nothing but death, blood, horror. That being said, definitely check it out. You can get it on Amazon, Best Buy. You can watch it on YouTube. Yeah, you can rent it or buy it. It's well worth a shot. I really enjoyed this one. So there you go, folks. Merry Christmas again, 2017. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out for the holiday season. It's well worth a watch. This is Gruesome Herzog. I give this film an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. And the character of Jerry and Cletus, amazing performances. This is Gruesome Herzog, and I'm out of here.